I'm 30 plus. What the hell am I doing listening to a Playboi Carti album?
I literally only listened to the Kendrick verse and I turned that shit off.
And I understand
that song is terrible.
Which one?
That shit is
awful. First of all, there's 3 Kendrick features.
Shut up.
There's 3 of them.
I only listened to the one that Kanye was talking about. The bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies, like that shit.
Yeah, there's 3.
Why is he on that album so much? Are you making me agree with Kanye West? Oh my God.
Well, anyway.
Ew.
So the risk that I took was obviously being 30 plus and listening to a Playboi Carti album.
Yeah, I had no business listening to that bullshit.
I'm not in his demographic. I'm not in his target.
If that's
audience.
a superstar to y'all don't have superstars no more. Just to revisit that conversation. If he's a superstar, we don't have superstars anymore. They don't exist.
I'm
or
glad
there
you
are
brought
only
that
a
up.
finite amount of them left.
I'm glad that you brought that up because that was what piqued my, or part of the reason that piqued my curiosity into listening to the album. Because it was like, all right, I said what I said, so like, let's listen to the album. And it's Playboi Carti. No, he doesn't have bars. He's not very good at really anything besides a repetitive hook now and then.
Is he? I know why Kendrick's on that album. He trying to go on tour. How else is he gonna say? You telling me that them songs devoid of Kendrick Lamar on that album is going to sell out stadium tour? Fuck no, absolutely not. Now y'all can fake the funky on a lot of stuff, but the one thing you not gonna fake is whether or not you can go pack out a stadium where people are going to give you $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 to go sit in the nosebleeds. No, and I don't believe you.
Well, first of all, he's not headlining the tour.
The people, I know he's not, but that's the point I'm getting to. The people who can afford to do that don't like Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti's audience can't afford to go sell out no arena, so I know he's not headlining no arena tours. I know for a fact. And you cannot tell me you're a superstar if you can't sell out arenas. This would have been a much easier argument if we could have viewed it through this lens. He doesn't sell at a superstar level. He may have superstar level.
I would not say that.
He has superstar.
The album is selling. The album is streaming very well.
Streams and tangible tickets are 2 different things.
I guess I was just saying
2 different things.
The demand is there for Playboi Carti.
Cool.
Still.
Is he gonna go on a stadium tour? Can he get people there in body, in the flesh? Because all that other shit can be faked.
Well, okay. We're getting away from where I was going to go with it because it actually kind of lends to your point. Yes, Playboi Carti is not all that talented. I will admit that. I've been listening to Playboi Carti since like off and on, not consistently, since before Magnolia even came out, which was like his first hit. So like I've heard what he can do. It's not that much. And I know that going into it. But the thing that I got as a reward, because again, he's not that good. He can't work an album. It was a 30-track album, by the way, which we should probably talk about the fact that...
we were not looking at the same album. There was 30 tracks on that thing?
There was 30 tracks. But here's the thing. 30 tracks didn't even touch an hour and a half.
That's insane.
Right?
You went for 30 and you didn't even get 90 minutes out of there?
No!
It's just all interludes. It gotta be
an hour 17.
It's called Good Credit, right? The song?
The song is called Good Credit.
Yeah, that's the only Kendrick shit that I heard.
Okay.
Well, I didn't listen to the rest of the album too, so
but we'll get there too. So yes,
30 tracks on here.
He can't really carry an album. The tracks that he does by himself are no more than 2 minutes. Which leads into why the track list is not that long.
It's not even close. It's an hour 17.
That's what I'm saying. Hour 17. Okay. The reward, the small bit of reward that I got, a really good Weeknd feature, a really good Travis Scott feature, 3 Kendrick Lamar features, even though he only gave us 1 actual verse. The other 2 were like, he was kind of doing ad-libs. It was like, what, like, you might as well have done these songs with Baby Keem. Because, like, what, like, why are we doing this with Playboi Carti? These sound like they would have been executed much better if done with Baby Keem. But
I don't understand why this collab needed to happen, especially to this degree.
I'm
very confused.
If you told me Baby Keem had an album coming out,
and he did that for them,
those songs were on there, I'd be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. This, not so much.
Or if Dodie or Kaji had a project coming out,
But these songs sound like they would work for Baby Keem.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like. But anyways, okay. One Weeknd feature that I thought was really good. One Travis Scott feature that I thought was really good, which is crazy because he hasn't been doing so well feature wise. His own songs okay, but like feature wise, I feel like it's been hit or miss. 3 Kendrick features, and then like 7 or 8 Future features. Like, I don't understand why there was so much Future. It got to a point where I would listen to a solo Playboi Carti song, and I would have to wonder, like, is this Future or is this Playboi Carti? Like, is this Playboi Carti like lower voice or is this Future? Look, the album, I think I saw Kai Cenat rate it like 8.5 out of 10. No. But I think because I went into it with such low expectations, the features at the very least gave me some sort of joy, and I can leave with knowing that I like maybe 5 or 6 songs.
Here's the problem that I have. Yes, it's a generational thing, but it's also measurable, and it's also like objective to a point, because when I hear people talk about what they want or what they like about Playboi Carti or artists like that, it's not about a lot of measurable things. It's a lot of vibes, a lot of feels. Oh, you don't get it. It's not your type of music.
I would tell you
there's nothing measurable that they can give me that's good about Playboi Carti. You know?
In the same way that Future a lot of times is a vibe.
But see,
Carti is a vibe.
Futurable is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Future has measurable things that I can point to. That
Future
like,
has actual talent.
He's a hit maker, right? He's talented.
He's a
he
songwriter.
Has vocal talent. He has lyrical talent,
Yeah.
right? Like there are things that I
that.
can point. There's not a lot of that. Like there's a whole lot of it sounds good. Right, which again,
and sometimes does not work for Carti.
It is generational. It's just
me.
obviously that the younger you get, the easier it is to please. But that there should be a bar there. There should be at least a level to which you have to cross. Right, there's something that's special about you. Are you a lyricist? Are your hooks good? Is your production always on point? You know what I'm saying? Are you a hit maker? Are you always in the club? I can't even say that about Carti. Like as popular, as high as the stream numbers go, as high as the first week sales are, this man, like, well, you know what? Let me take that back because I'm not in the club. I can't tell you what's in the club. Is Playboi Carti bumping on the DJ sets? Like,
if he's a feature, I don't think I've ever heard a solo Playboi Carti song since Magnolia.
You feel me?
That's been in the club like that. Or that's
like, say what you want
like
about
that.
these streams. We all know how that shit can be manipulated.
Sure.
When Carti pull into town, is he gonna be at the Shot or is he gonna be at Nationwide Arena? He gonna be at Scully's or is he gonna be at Nationwide? Is he going?
Scully's and the Shot are 2 different things.
Okay,
he's not going.
He ain't going to Scully's, but he might be at the Shot. He's definitely not going
Scully's
to Nationwide
is smaller
Arena.
than Shot. Shot
That's
is like
I said he's not going to Scully's. He's probably going to Shot and Steens.
Okay, all right.
He's big enough to go to Shot and Steens.
Okay,
not big enough to go to Nationwide Arena.
Okay, that's fair.
If Carti is playing New York, he's probably not at the Garden. If he's at Vegas, he's probably not playing the Sphere or Allegiant. Okay, like we all get what I'm saying. If he's in LA, he's not at Bripto.
William Moloch said he made a hook album. That's yes, yep. And again, like I told you before, though, like it's not for me or you. It's not for us to really
obviously,
understand.
but I also think that there's something empirical missing from him to be a star. Taylor Swift is a superstar because regardless of how you feel about Taylor Swift's music, whether or not she's your taste, there's something measurable there that you can't deny. Right? She has hits. She has sellable content. People that are going to show up for Taylor Swift in movie theaters. They're going to show up for her in large stadiums. They're going to show up to her if she's at an NFL event. She has measurable clout. Right? Everything that y'all tell me about Carti is hype. Oh, well, he got this much swing. Watch how much you getting on these streams and da-da-da-da-da. Pull Carti out to something where people actually have to show up and show me.
Well, I can't do that because I also just don't like.
No,
Cardi's
okay,
music
but you
all
also
like that.
can't show me where it's happening either.
Well, I would think if his album is getting the streams, for example, that the Weeknd's and Kendrick's are, in a world where his music should not
fake
you
that.
you can you
You know
absolutely
what?
can.
Here's a good example. Let me see. Hold on. And this is actually, I'm doing this blind as hell, so I may be proving myself wrong.
But like, how is like Lil Baby not still putting up those numbers if everything is being faked?
I don't think Lil Baby's a superstar either.
No, I mean, not especially not at this point.
Let's see.
His album bricked. It came and went. Oh, funny enough, also Uzi gave me a feature on this album that I kind of like too. Not for nothing. Why am I doxing?
What I was about to do,
I'm fed as hell.
Was saying was he headlining Rolling Loud? He absolutely is headlining Rolling Loud. But you also know Peso Pluma is also headlining
Peso Pluma
a day at Rolling Loud. So is ASAP Rocky. So
ASAP Rocky out here talking shit.
Maybe Rolling Loud has just come down a bit in terms of
they got to shoot movies with Owen Wilson.
Because when I went to Rolling Loud, the headliners was J. Cole, the Migos, and Travis Scott.
Yeah, it was like
not
shit.
ASAP Rocky, Peso Pluma, and Playboi Carti. So
well, I mean, that's
maybe the bar has come down.
I will
a bit.
say Peso Pluma is also a name that I've heard, but I don't.
Sure, up and coming, popular. You can be. When I think superstar, I think you're probably one of the top 2 or 3 names in the game. That's a superstar to me. So if Playboi Carti is that for you, Polo Boy, I feel sorry.